So I want you to imagine this. The very thing that you think is missing in your life becomes what's important. If you think you don't have relationship, you search for relationship. If you think you don't have money, you search for money. If you think you don't have social influence, you search for social influence. Whatever you perceive as most missing now becomes important. Therefore, there's different things in your life in the 7 areas of life: spiritually, mentally, career, financial, family, social, physical, all areas of your life. There are different areas of your life that you feel a void in, that you have questions in, that you have unknowns in, you have mysteries in, you have uncertainties in. And therefore, you want to fill those and answer those and solve those. And there's a hierarchy there. No two people have the same hierarchy of values and hierarchy of voids. Everybody has a different vantage point. No two people have the same hierarchy of values in their life. But the hierarchy of your values dictates your destiny. So those people that are missing something, they're driven to fulfill it. Totally different than somebody else is missing something else and trying to fulfill it. A husband may be focused on building finances, and a wife may be focused on raising kids. She doesn't see a void in the finances. She sees a void with the kids. So she's dedicated to that. So the hierarchy of your voids determine the hierarchy of your values, and the hierarchy of your values dictates your destiny. And there's no two people that have exactly the same values. And in fact, there's somebody on this planet that has exactly the opposite set of values. And the purpose of marriage is to prepare you to meet this person. Whatever's highest on your value, you're inspired by, focused on, reliable, and concentrated on. Whatever's lowest on your value, you have inertia, frustration, procrastination, hesitation on. You have chaos in the things lower on your value. You have order in the things that are higher on your value. Whatever's highest on your value, you're reliable, you're dedicated to, you're focused, you're inspired, you're there for it. You bring order and organization to it. Whatever's low on your value, you don't get around to doing. You don't have time for it. So the hierarchy of your values dictates where your intention is and where your disintention is. Your intention is whatever's highest on your value, and you're automatically inspired. See, nobody has to get you up in the morning to do what's highest on your values. But somebody has to get you up from the outside to get you motivated to do things low on your values. So the difference between inspiration and motivation is inspiration is of the highest value and motivation is from the lowest values. People that require outside motivation to get them focused have somehow set goals that are not aligned to their highest values and inspirations. Now, whatever's highest on your value, you tend to own, you tend to identify yourself with. So if your highest value is your business and finance, then you tend to identify yourself with a business person. If their highest value is your children, then you tend to identify yourself as a mother.
When people are doing something that they're not inspired by, and they would like to go and do something they first have to get clear about what that is. Because if they're not clear about what that is, it's foolish to go after it. Because you don't have a clear picture, you don't have a clear vision, you don't have a plan of action, and you're pretty well guaranteed to have some chaos along the journey.
The mission statement of Rose Kennedy was, "I dedicate my life to raising a family of world leaders." That was her mission statement. That was her highest value, raising a family. Nobody's right or wrong for their values, but everybody thinks they're right and others are wrong for their values. And the second we think we're right and others are wrong for it, the more we get rigid, as Bob said, we get rigid in our paradigm. So whatever's highest on our value, we tend to own, we tend to be disciplined and reliable on. Whatever's lowest in our value, we tend to procrastinate, hesitate, and we tend to disown. And whatever we disown, we draw into our life people to help us learn to love that too and own that. So the purpose of relationship is to attract into our lives somebody who basically has owned what we have disowned. So the purpose of marriage is basically to find somebody we can delegate the crap to. Does that make any sense? So whatever's lowest on our value is where our chaos is, and so the universe wants us, we're disowning it. And because we're disowning it, the universe wants somebody to come into our life to teach us how to love all of it. Here's why. Watch. If you got a husband and wife walking in a mall, you have malls here, stores here, right? Shopping centers. You walk in the mall, they're holding hands. Her highest values are children, children's clothes, children's education, children's health. His highest values, business, finance, things of this nature, resource. They're walking in the mall. Would you agree that she's going to start and she's going to see things different than he does? She's going to see children's clothes, children's education materials, and she'll go, honey, look at this. Oh, look at this. Oh, look at this. And she'll drag him over there, and he'll go, yeah. She will have attention surplus order there, and he'll have attention deficit disorder there. Right? She'll be able to spot. See, the hierarchy of your values dictates how you see the world, act upon the world, and make decisions in the world. The hierarchy of your values dictates how you see the world, your perceptions, decide, decisions, and act upon the world, intentions. Your attention and intention and decision are all based on your value systems. So she will see a completely different reality than he does. Now, if he goes over to the business store and the computer store, he will have attention surplus disorder and she'll have attention deficit disorder. That's why they stuck Starbucks in the middle of the mall to keep them both awake.